you're not always going to be creating a new document. Sometimes you'll want to open a document that you've saved to your computer so that you can edit or add more things to it. To open a document in Illustrator that you have on your computer, go to Finder, Documents, then locate your file, right-click on it and choose Open With and select Adobe Illustrator. A template is a pre-designed document. Letterhead, for example, can be a template that you save in a program. All you have to do is open the letterhead to create a document, instead of recreating the letterhead each time. In Illustrator, you can create your own templates, or you can use one that Illustrator provides. There are all different types of templates in Illustrator that you can use, including those for banner ads, brochures, business cards, CD cases, and even stationery. To create a document from a template, go to File, New from Template. As you can see, you have multiple folders that contain templates. Let's choose Tech Templates and click on that folder. Now the different type of templates in that category are listed. So let's pick Business Card. A new document opens with our business card template. We can now edit the information to customize the business card. There may be times when you create a document and then want to use that document as a template. Let's say you create a letterhead for your company and you want to save that as a template for future use. Let's show you how to do it. Go ahead and create your document, as you'll learn to do in this course. Using our example, you'd create your letterhead. When you're finished, go to File, Save as Template. Choose a location to save the template to on your computer in the Save In field. Then enter a file name. Notice that the file will be saved as an AIT file. This is an Adobe Illustrator template format. Do not change that file type. Click Save when you're finished. The Place command inserts images into documents. To use the Place command, go to File, Place. Find the image you want to use on your computer. Next, choose an option below Enable. Your choices are Link, Template, and Replace. Link puts the image on the screen and links it to the image file. Template puts a dimmed version in the document on a template layer. Replace replaces the current image if you have one. If not, it will be grayed out like ours. Click Place to place the image. In the first lesson, we learned how to create a new document. We also learned that a document can contain up to 100 artboards, and we learned how to set up a new document with multiple artboards in it. However, you can create a new artboard within your document at any time. For example, if you're working on a document and discover you need a new artboard, you can create one quickly and easily. To create a new artboard, go to the Artboard tool in the toolbox and click on it. Now your current artboards are highlighted and labeled. You can look up in the control panel and change the presets for the existing artboards. You can change the size, rename them, delete the artboard, etc. You can hover your mouse over any of the buttons in the control panel to learn what they do. So let's find out. In the Presets field, you have the size of your artboard. Ours was a preset size, or letter size, that was listed. We can click the downward arrow to select another preset size, or you can select Custom and create a custom-sized artboard. To the right of the Preset field, you'll see these buttons. Let's cover them from left to right. The first two buttons look like little people. These are to change your document from Portrait, which means the length is longer than the width, or to Landscape, which means the width is longer than the height. Next, we have the New Artboard button. If you click this button, a new artboard will appear in the document area. It will be floating on your screen like this. Click to place it where you want it to go in the document area. The fourth button looks like a little trash can. Use this to delete the artboard. Next, in the Artboard control panel, we have the name of your artboard. You can click inside the name field and edit the name. Then we have this series of buttons. The first one on the left is Move and Copy Artwork with Artboard. This allows you to duplicate an artboard with all of its contents. Next is the Show Center Mark button. It will appear as little green crosshairs in the center of your artboard. The next button is Show Crosshairs. Take note of the crosshairs on the artboard at the top middle, the bottom middle, and the middle on both sides of the artboard. The next button is Show Video Safe Areas. This shows areas that fall inside the viewable area of the artboard. The next button opens Artboard Options. These options are all options we've covered in the control panel. You can always click this button to set your options if it's easier for you. This last button is the Reference Point button. You can change the reference point for an artboard by clicking the new reference point on this button. A reference point is a point that other lines, shapes, etc. are referred. Your reference point might be the middle left side. All your artwork originates from that area, or the reference point is the focal point of your design. Finally, in the control panel are the X and Y coordinates of your artboard, or where they appear in your document area. If you have 50 artboards within one document, it may seem overwhelming to work on any one at a time. However, Illustrator makes that easy with tools and the Artboard panel. To view the Artboard panel, go to Windows, Artboards. You can name your artboards so you know what is on each one. You can also create a new artboard or delete one from the Artboards panel. Activate an artboard by going to the Artboards tool in the toolbox, then clicking on an artboard in your document area to activate it. You can show or hide artboards by going to View, Show Artboards, or View, Hide Artboards. If you want to easily resize an artboard without using the control panel, click the Artboards tool, then point to the edge or corner of the artboard that you want to resize. The cursor will change to a double arrow. Drag inward to shrink the artboard or outward to enlarge it. You can also rearrange the layout of your artboards. Go to the Artboards panel and click the Options button. Select Rearrange Artboard from the drop-down menu. You can then change the layout, the number of columns or rows, and the space between artboards. Click OK when you're finished. Earlier in the lesson, we learned how to create a document and set up artboards. You can also arrange and set up artboards after you've already created a document and begun work on it by using the Artboard panel. You can go to Window, Artboards to find it, or look for the button on the right-hand side of the Illustrator screen. This is the button. Click on the button to open the panel. As you can see, we have two artboards. We can click on this button to the right of either artboard to edit the size and other features. When we click on this button, the dialog box appears. It also tells you that you can click the Alt button and drag your mouse to create a duplicate artboard. Make changes that you need to make, then click OK. Click Delete to delete the artboard. We have more options at the bottom right of the panel. You can rearrange the order of the artboards by clicking either the up or down arrows. Click here to add a new artboard. When you do that, the new artboard will appear based on how you organized your artboards when you set up your document, by rows, columns, etc. You can also click the trash can to delete an artboard. You can also view your artboard options by clicking the button at the top right of the panel. You'll see this drop-down menu. You can create a new artboard, duplicate artboards, delete them, delete empty artboards, which is helpful if you have 100 artboards and don't know if any one is empty, or you can rearrange them. You can also click Artboard Options, which allows you to rename, resize, etc. This is the same dialog box you saw when you clicked the button to resize the artboard. There are two main views for Illustrator: Preview and Outline. The Preview display shows your artwork in color and as it appears on the screen. Outline View gives you an outline of your work. However, there are other views too. If your artwork is too large to fit on a printed page, you can use tiling options in the Print dialog box. If you want to see how your artwork will print, you can show print tiling. In addition, you can also view your artwork as it will appear at final output, whether it's printed, shown on the web, or a mobile device. If you prefer a certain view that has different options than the preview or outline views, you can also create custom views. To use the preview view, go to View, Preview. Now I have to warn you, if you're already in Preview view, it will not show as an option in the drop-down menu. To use the outline view, go to View, Outline. And I have to warn you again, if you're already in Outline view, it will not show as an option in the drop-down menu either. To show print tiling, go to View, Show print tiling. To create a new view, set up the view the way you want it, then click View, New View. Enter a name for the view, then click OK. If you want to rename or delete a view, go to View, Edit Views. Select a view, then rename it, or click Delete. Then click OK. If you want to switch between custom views, go to View, then select a view by its name. The Navigator panel gives you a view of the image, albeit a smaller view. It also allows you to navigate through your document or change the zoom size so you can focus on different elements in a document. To access the Navigator panel, go to Window, Navigator. When you look at the Navigator panel, you'll see red lines. If you click and hold your mouse within those lines, you can move over your artboards. Then you can zoom into artboards using the slider or zoom out. When you click within the red lines, you also change the view area on your artboards in the document area. The screen display mode is what determines the background displayed behind active images. You can choose a screen mode that hides panels in the menu bar. You can also have your image against a solid color background. To change the screen mode, click the Change Screen Mode button located at the bottom of your toolbox. You can toggle between the modes, then select the one you want. Normal screen mode will display your work in a standard window. This is the mode that is shown by default. Full screen mode with menu bar shows your work on a full screen. Menus, panels, and scroll bars can still be seen. Full screen mode also puts your work on a full screen, but no menus or panels are visible. You can also change your view of a document using the Zoom tool. With this tool, you can see your document at different magnifications. To use the Zoom tool, go to the Zoom tool in the toolbox and click on it. Your cursor will turn into a magnifying glass with a plus sign in the middle. Click to zoom in. You can also right-click and select either Zoom In or Zoom Out from the drop-down menu. The hand tool allows you to move an active image in the document window without using scroll bars. It's handy if you're working and need to change the viewable area of an artboard. To use the hand tool, click the hand tool button in the toolbox. Drag the active document to move it around. Crop marks are simply trim marks or marks that indicate where you want a printer to cut the printed page. They're printed with black registration lines. This is so that when the registrations are printed, the printer can align pages. You can create multiple crop marks. They're helpful when you trim or align objects on an artboard or export them to another program. Crop marks can be non-editable live effects, or they can be editable so you can adjust or delete them. Live effect crop marks can be deleted by going to the Appearance panel. You can do this by going to Window, Appearance, and using the Delete Selected Item button. Editable crop marks can be deleted by selecting them with the Selection tool, then pressing Delete. The Selection tool is found in the toolbox. It allows you to click on an object to select it so you can make changes. We'll learn more about it later in this course. To create crop marks as a live effect, select an object on an artboard using the Selection tool, then go to Effect, Crop Marks. The crop marks appear around your object. To create editable crop marks, select an object or objects, go to Object, Create Trim Marks. If you want to adjust the trim marks, select the trim marks with the Selection tool, then drag an anchor point or segment.